I've been working on this project for nearly 12 months now, but really the project only started getting going just after Christmas. So we've been on the job for about 6 months now, and it's going really, really well. I think what the Alliance has been very successful at doing is putting together a great team. We have jammed as many people and machines into the site as we can, and now what we're seeing is how successful we've been in managing to get that much activity going at one place and at one time.
The main challenge from a design point of view, I think, on this job is to match the pace of construction. So the promise we've made effectively as an Alliance team is to deliver early. So we're looking to finish in June 2012. So we've shortened what was a 48-month program to something more like 32 months. I always like to remind people that it's a motorway project and it has a tunnel component to it. So the tunnel, it's a large, significant part of the job, but it's not the whole job. And the tunnel itself, it's not what you would normally characterise. It's not a bored tunnel. There's no tunnel boring machine or anything like that. It's not a deep road tunnel. It's essentially a trench. It's a series of parallel walls which are connected by a roof and a floor slab. So in order to meet those sort of timeframes that we've talked about, we need a big team to do that. So the design team on this project, we have about 40 full-time people resident on the job. 200 people contribute to the job overall. So it's a really big team effort, and I think it's a feature of this design team as to how well that's come together. I think we are, at this stage of the project, we are really well placed to deliver, and I think we will.
So on April the 6th, we mobilised all the plant in the background and the big grabs and the stuff, and that's when we actually started digging. So we dig between some concrete guides, and then we fill the hole with bentonite so the hole doesn't collapse when we're digging. And then they dig out, and then when it's at the right depth and it's clean, we put the reinforcing cage in and then concrete the wall. So they're in about 8 metres wide, approximately 16 metres deep. From roughly where we're standing now, south, is diaphragm wall, which is this grab concept. And from this point north is where we do they're called secant piles, where they're interlocking piles to create the wall as well. Because the rock level's higher at this northern end, that's why they're going with the secant pile method. The biggest challenge is actually logistically keeping all this stuff going. Getting all the equipment in, keeping it all moving, keeping all the truck movements, even trying to keep the wheels clean going out on the road. You know? Oh, it's crazy, yeah. It's where you can see.
There are pretty much every service known to man that runs through St Mary's Bay. Is an image of the project on the wall here. We've had to, through the services team, relocate just about everything that's here. And it's a fairly intense period, because as much as we're not really constructing the final product, we clear the path for the construction team to come through and do this, and making sure that all the existing services remain working. There's a lot of vital services in there. We have the Iraqi main sewer, which is an old brick-lined sewer that runs right across where we want to put our tunnel, which is very helpful. So we're having to divert this service several metres in order to fit the tunnel in. We have Freemans Bay Stormwater Culvert, which is an existing service that runs through Freemans Bay. We also have the North Shore number 1 and North Shore number 2 water mains. They provide North Shore with all their fresh drinking water, and then I run through Ponston Bay and up to 3 lamps. So one of the big legacy things from this project is going to be this, as here on the wall behind me, is the permit to dig system. First of all, it's designed to keep the guys on site safe. We want them to be sure that when they're putting a spade in the ground or a digger bucket in the ground, that they know they're not going to be digging up a 11 kV cable and going to cause a huge explosion. I mean, it's simple facts that we don't want to send anybody home in any worse condition than they came to work. We have a huge task ahead of us as far as our traffic management is concerned. We've moved the traffic along Victoria Street that now runs in the park. Similarly, outside at Beaumont Street, where we're building a section of tunnel and the new Fanshawe Street on-ramp. Although we are building a new tunnel in one of the busiest sections of road in New Zealand, that we're going to do it with a relatively small level of disruption, and I would hope to say in the next few months a high level of customer satisfaction as far as what they've seen.